In this video, I will tell you the story, the truth, and all the facts around the story. This lip gloss is really pink, isn't it? About my father's funeral without crying. I will tell you the story about my father's funeral without crying. Okay. So, the day that my dad died, the day that my father died was May 1st, 2017. Circumstances under which he died were, okay. The day my father died, I was teaching class in Palmer Park. That's where I started teaching classes, because the studio that I did not renew my lease for closed. I closed it after 3 years, and I was planning to move. I was trying to raise money to move to Florida to take care of my dad, who couldn't stand being in this facility, Statesboro, anymore. My dad's funeral. So the day my dad died, I got all these, as soon as I finished teaching my class, there was all these phone calls from people that don't call me, like my brother. I think they chose my brother, I guess, to tell me. So I speak to my brother, and he says, like, I can still remember how fucking recited it sounded and how I felt 100% like he was given something, and I only prayed that that was his choice. My brother robotically, my brother said, Dad, go lay down. Actually, Dad has left the prison that was his body, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like kind of just like falling into whatever. What is that? Those are trash bags, take the dogs out. So, okay, the funeral. May 2nd. Claudia Keys told me that she had witnessed my father change his will, and that he had made me the sole, Honda, he had made me the sole executor to serve without bond. To serve without bond means I'm not responsible for any of his debts. The day my dad's heart stopped beating, which was May 1st, 2017, my sister's powers of attorney died. She had set up his Social Security checks to go to a bank in LA called Bank LA, or Citibank LA. And so they were being directly deposited there. That's why he was having to beg her for his own money all the time. When he died, I had to like track down, Claudia Keys told me that on the second day, and I had to like track down where he was. They had his body on a truck headed to Virginia from Florida, like within 24 hours. And from what I understand, that's not normal. And then I finally tracked down with the help of Claudia Keys, the funeral home, which was Quigley's. And I remember thinking, my dad's gonna shoot himself in heaven, that he's buried in a place called fucking Quigley's. The guy said to me, who is the director, his name is Robert Strong. Before I spoke to my uncle, he said, I can't wait to see you. Your uncle's out picking out a plot. I can't wait to see you, Ashley. It's really sad when family members don't come. I said, you better believe I will be there. I talked to my uncle. I said, I can't wait to see you. He randomly mentioned, by the way, that he was putting my dad in gunmetal coffin. the next day, I got an email from Robert Strong. I had sent him pictures, obituary, all this stuff. I was like looking for tickets. My brother sent me $993. I'm gonna make this an iMovie, so my dad's will be on here, the email, everything. For one of dad's food things. I was down to $5,000 to my name. So an email was sent to me from Robert Strong telling me there was going to be no funeral, that they were just going to have something, and literally writes, you'll see, I suggest you and Whitney stay in Los Angeles and celebrate your father, but it's only addressed to me. So I'm like, okay, I guess. Then on Thursday, before Saturday, on that same week, I get calls from my brother who flew in from from London to Roanoke. My sister's there, my aunts are there. Ashley, aren't you gonna come to the funeral on Saturday? I said, yeah, we'd like to come to the funeral. I don't have money to go to the funeral. Can anybody buy me a ticket? Can like 3 people pitch in? There's like 4 millionaires over there. Like, it was a fucking... Whitney told my mother that I got $5,000 from my brother, which never happened, to go to the funeral, and then I didn't show up. When I asked her about that, when she called me Christmas of 2020, I was like, what the fuck about this funeral stuff? Like, why did you tell people that I didn't show up? And some versions that I did drugs with $5,000 that Kevin sent me, that never happened. She's like, did I make that up? Where did I hear that? Whitney, no one has heard it from anyone but you. What the fuck? So to go on to also still owe me my inheritance, she told me that via my Uncle Mark, that the $4,500, the last payment, that was all I was asking for to honor my father's final wishes, which was, he changed his will on FaceTime with my Uncle Mark Cummings and with Claudia Keys by his side. They told me that the $4,500 was used for the funeral. The last $4,500 that my dad had to his name, that was by his final will and testament, mine. I was homeless at this time. I have no idea why my sister doesn't have anything else to talk about besides her same old lies. I'm not gonna say I won't tolerate it anymore, because I will. I don't care, and it's not worth my peace. But increasingly so, I feel it's very important to stand the truth, so people know who Whitney Cummings really is. And I'm a standing survivor, one of many, but probably the one that has suffered and continues to suffer from her intentional, cruel, and unusual decisions, actions, proclamations on global microphones. My very clear message, I think, is